I've really been trying much harder to implement checklists, and because I've made a lot of mistakes, and certainly for most of us value investors, the last 2 years have not been particularly kind, and a lot of the situations that cause pain, you can argue that there's some anchoring in there, in that you are either underestimating risks, or what's been equally damaging is, I have a friend who called it, it's a cake left out in the rain. It looks really pretty, but over time, it's not looking better. It's just melting away. So the idea of a company that's not growing, it's just shrinking. It's deteriorating over time, and unfortunately, we've had a few positions like that have been things where they've looked cheap, and you can justify them based on past history. You can justify them based on what they look like today, but you are overestimating the ability for this business to preserve value, let alone grow. And it works the other way, and the business shrinks. And you've seen that in retail names, where retail is just going under a huge transformation now, where the fact of the matter is, there's just too many stores that got built in this country in the 90s and the 2000s. And the market's just shifting. So a lot of the retailers are having problems. And retail, it's a very challenging business, but it also be a really good business. If you look at like the Forbes 400, if you look at towns and say who's doing well in the town, retail has historically been a really good business. But that doesn't mean that all retail will always be a very good business. It's and retail as an industry, or any industry for that matter, may continue to grow, but how the value of is apportioned across the industry can change radically, right? And so I would say, I don't have the economic statistics, but I'm sure that retail sales in the U.S. grew over the last year, but they did not. That did not flow proportionately to all players. In fact, it's disproportionately flowed away from some and to others. And that's a huge change. And, I think one of the challenges for value investors is so much of value investing is predicated on mean reversion. And mean reversion is a really powerful thing. But in a lot of industries, I think the creative destruction process is accelerated over my investing career.